Hello guys and welcome. Welcome to my tutorial guide for Empyrion Galactic Survival. So this game is still in alpha and I'm only going to go over the basics, but I want to try and help you guys get into it as quickly as possible. So let's start a new survival game. You have these different modes you can try as well, like creative mode if you want to just build without any threat to life, but we're going to do survival. So what we have to consider for survival is I need to build a base, I need to eat food, I need to take care of myself, I need to explore and farm resources and so on. So let's start game now. This game, typical survival game, you do have to really make sure that you watch everything. So you have to make sure you feed yourself, that you don't become sick. If you do become sick, that you take medicine, that you're always taking opportunities to farm resources, and also if you are being attacked by aliens, to obviously attack them back and so on. Because some of the aliens, you'll find that they actually give you resources which you need to make some of the components. So now, like I said, in this video, I'm only going to be going over the absolute basics. So this is the way the matches, the game start. So you have my escape pod. You can see that we're descending towards the world. And then it gets into a very sort of focused tutorial mode. But I wanted to try and help you to speed up with the tutorial mode so that you don't have to spend several hours trying to work it out. Like I will try my best to make it as easy as possible. So, and guys, remember as well that this is an alpha game. Like this, your feedback and everything will help with the making of this game. Okay, so here we go. So here's how we start. We literally have nothing. So to I'm going to skip the tutorial. You can follow it if you like. Now, one thing is, the first thing you want to equip is your survival tool. Put it on your bar, okay? And then let me just put those away. We don't need those yet. Now, things to consider. You look at your health. You can see it in the bottom left, and you look at your food levels. And this one is your stamina level. So when you run around, when you do things which require you to use energy, eventually you'll reach 0, and it takes quite a while to recharge, so do be aware of that. Now, to restore health, you use bandages, simple as that. So and you just make them as you go along. You're given initially 3 health packs that can restore health as well, and then you have also energy bars, which can be useful for keeping your energy levels up. Now, one thing that you'll notice in this game is gathering resources. Okay, so you have your survival tool. I've equipped it onto my bar and press number 1. If you want to change the mode of the gun, right click, and then you have drill mode, salvage mode. Salvage is if you want to deconstruct buildings, and defense mode is if you want to attack aliens. So we're going to do drill mode because we want to drill these rocks. So let's drill. Eventually, you see they broke into their components. To pick up the components, press F. So we picked up the components like that. And be careful, some of them do run away. Now, we have plenty of other resources we want to gather as well. So we pick up some rocks. Now, we want to also pick up the food. Now, anytime you get lost in what you're doing, if you're on a quest, if you're on a whatever, press F1 and you can see the quests that are available. You have the initial tips that the game gives you. Like I said, I do recommend going through the tutorial mode. If the pop-up boxes pop up and disappear too quickly, like you're not able to read them in time, you can click here, PDA log, and you can see what was put on your screen. So do pay attention to the PDA log. It's very, very useful. So you have the tutorial mode as well, and so on, if you go through it. Now, what you also have is here the Empyriopedia. So let's say, for example, you're after a particular type of plant, okay? You can open the biologist guide, click this down arrow, and let's say, for example, I want alien tooths, okay? So they said collectible from, and you can see aliens. So we have to get them from aliens. Or if I want meat, certain animals will have them. So this will detail for you where to get materials from. Plant protein is useful at the beginning, and it shows you what it looks like. So if you don't know what the plant looks like, it has a picture right there of what it looks like. So let's see if we can actually find one of them. There you go. There's one of the plants we just saw on the list, so we can loot it with F. What we got from that is some plant protein. You can see there. So to move it around, just left click. To eat it, shift, right click. So holding shift is a key thing in the inventory. Like, you have to use shift, right click to consume, shift left click if you want to move it from one inventory to the other. Now this game, initially you have here the portable constructor. Okay, now what's useful about this, let's say, okay, I put it down. Okay, this is my portable constructor. I have here a list of templates, things I can make. Okay, and you have different categories at the top. Let's say I'm looking for healing items. So you can see here for each one, what does it require? It requires mushrooms, plant protein, herbal leaves. But it's all red because you can see I don't have them. Even though you might wonder, well, there's a plant protein right here. Why is it red? The reason why is because you actually have to put it into the input box. So the quickest way to do it, shift left click. So it goes into the input box, and you can see now it turns green. Yes, I have a plant protein. I need to find herbal leaves and an alien tooth. Like I said, you can access the encyclopedia, and it'll give you hints of where you want to get them from. Now, this is a very important item, the portable constructor, because you're going to need it to make nearly everything in the game. What's nice about it is, let's say this item here, eventually you might want to make your own motorbike, okay? So, you can see the items required: the motor, the nanotubes, the optical fiber, the electronics, the steel plates, okay? And then steel plates, what do you need for that? Iron ingots. Iron ingots right there, what do you need for that? Iron ore. So, it always is drilling down. Now, if I did actually have all the required components, I could left click it and it would pre-look at everything that's in my input boxes and create them in order to make the item you want. So, but like I said, you have to drag them on into the input. Now, with everything in the game, you can use it with F, but if you want to pick it up, shift F. You see? So we've now taken it, and we have our oops, sorry. See, it's right there again. So boom. So shift F, we have the component. Now, of course, there were some items in the portable constructor. That's why I dropped this box to say, do you want to retrieve the items that are in there? You can forget this box. You don't need it. And you see it disappeared because we took everything from it. Now, generally then, like I said, it's a survival game. So you always want to keep an eye out on your health, on your stamina and your energy levels and so on. You always want to keep gathering as many components and so on. And you also want to eventually craft more and more exotic items. So the basic of the basic at the beginning is literally things like a motorbike. That's probably the most advanced thing you're going to be making as part of the tutorial in game. But later on, you can make really more exotic items, and you can even build bases, you can build spaceships and so on. But you have to take it one step at a time. The last thing I want to say for this tutorial video is about the tech tree. So the more that you play the game, the more that you survive, the more that you will get levels and then also points. And you can use the points to essentially get more templates for your constructor. So like eventually, for example, at level 3, I'm going to want to get this multi-tool and so on. But that is basically it. That's the basics of the game. The more you discover the game, the more you explore, the more different types of materials you're going to find, the more you're going to level up, the more tech you can get, and so on, and go from there. Now, if your health ever reaches 0, you die, and that's it. and you have a choice of simply respawning or starting the game again. It's up to you. Think of it in terms of other survival games. Like, you just want to make sure you don't die for that reason. You will hear mobs coming to attack you. They will make sounds. So make sure as well, if a mob is attacking you, your gun is on, your survival tool's on the right mode. So if you're on drill mode, you see this circle on the floor. You want defense mode, and then you have a sort of focused laser that you can use to defend yourself. So it's a nice game. I've had quite a bit of fun with it the last few hours. I didn't want to go too far in depth for this tutorial because, one, it's a game of discovery. You know, you do have to explore yourself and learn as yourself. And two, because it's an alpha game. So obviously anything I'm saying now is very much subject to change. The weather in the game is nice. You'll see some really nice, lovely sunsets, as you see in the thumbnail of the video, and so on. So yeah, so that's basically it. That's my basic tutorial guide for this game. So anyway, guys, if you like that video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can watch around the video over there. You can watch the latest upload down there, or you can click down here to subscribe. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.